Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Raul Alejandro Mendoza, or the Nerdy Chicano. Either way how you say it, it's all good here. And we're back for another video here today as we look at another 4K from my collection on this wonderful Friday afternoon. You all spoke on Twitter and you said that you wanted to see some Arrow video content, so today I'm providing just that. And, well, kind of hate you guys because I only have a little amount of Arrow video titles, so I said, let's rip the scab off this one and get to this one first. That's why today we're looking at David Lynch's 4K copy of Dune 1984 from Arrow Video. Yeah, we're going to talk about this movie. But before we can get into any of that, of course, I want to thank you all so much for the love on the videos and on the channel. Your support and your love does so much here, and I appreciate each and every one of you who watches the videos. If you're not subscribed yet and you like physical media and movies from the Criterion Collection, Arrow Video, Kino Lorber, and all of that wonderful stuff, then you should probably be subscribed to this channel. Click the subscribe button and click on the notification bell, so that way you don't miss a single lick of content that comes to the channel. And if you want to go ahead and take a step further and gain early access and get some nice exclusives like video essays, go to patreon.com/thenerdchicano and pledge to a tier. Either way, it is very much appreciated if you do that. But if you don't worry, it's not mandatory. I just appreciate anybody who watches these videos and talks physical media with me. But let's go ahead and get into the monstrosity that is Dune 1984. So just like Criterion, they have a nice little introduction here on their website. So I'm going to go ahead and read this introduction for you all and tell you all a little bit about what's included in Dune 1984. And then we'll look at the packaging and then we'll talk about the movies. So let's do this, y'all. Following a notorious aborted attempt by Alejandro Jodorowsky in the 1970s, Frank Herbert's best-selling sci-fi epic Dune finally made it to the big screen as the third film by emerging surrealist wonderkind David Lynch, featuring an all-star cast that includes several of Lynch's regular collaborators. The year is 10,191, and 4 planets are embroiled in a secret plot to wrest control of the spice melange, the most precious substance in the universe and found only on the planet Arrakis. A feud between two powerful dynasties, House Atreides and House Harkonnen, is manipulated from afar by ruling powers that conspire to keep their grip on the spice. As the two families clash on Arrakis, Duke Atreides' son Paul, played by Kyle MacLachlan, in his screen debut, finds himself at the center of an intergalactic war and an ancient prophecy that could change the galaxy forever. Through its initial reception ensured that Lynch largely eschewed mainstream filmmaking for the rest of his career, Dune has since been rightly reevaluated as one of the most startlingly original and visionary sci-fi films of the 1980s. Its astonishing production design and visual effects can now be appreciated anew in this spellbinding 4K restoration, accompanied by hours of comprehensive bonus features. That is the introduction for Dune 1984 from Arrow Video, and these are the following specifications and special features that come with the 4K copy here. 4K restoration from the original camera negative, 4K 2160p UHD Blu-ray 4K 2160p Ultra HD Blu-ray presentation in Dolby Vision, HDR10 compatible, original uncompressed stereo audio and DTS HD Master 5.1 surround audio, optional English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, brand new audio commentary by film historian Paul M. Salmon, brand new audio commentary by Mike White of the Projection Booth podcast, Impressions of Dune, a 2003 documentary on the making of the film featuring interviews with star Kyle MacLachlan, producer Rafaela De Laurentiis, cinematographer Freddie Francis, editor Anthony Gibbs, and many others. Designing Dune, a 2005 featurette looking back at the work of production designer Anthony Masters. Dune Effects, a 2005 featurette exploring the special effects in the film. Dune Models and Miniatures, a 2005 featurette focusing on the model effects in the film. Dune Costumes, a 2005 featurette looking at the elaborate costume designs seen in the film. 11 deleted scenes from the film with a 2005 introduction by Rafaela De Laurentiis. Destination Dune, a 1983 featurette originally produced to promote the film at conventions and publicity events, theatrical trailers and TV spots, extensive image galleries including original production design sketches, reversible sleeve reversible sleeve featuring original and newly commissioned artwork by Daniel Taylor. And of course, when you get the steelbook, it's gonna come with a double-sided poster. I don't have this poster anymore. I actually donated to my job, so that way we can hang it up in the office. But I probably shouldn't have done that because I have to go over the packaging. But just know that in this steelbook, you get a double-sided poster. Now, let's go ahead and look at the packaging here for Dune 1984 from director David Lynch. So, this is the front of the steelbook. This is the back. I don't keep the J card, though I need to start keeping the J card because I really liked it on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that from now on with my Arrow Steelbook purchases. This is the spine here. Let me get it closer for you all. Yeah, there you go. So I wanted to go with the Steelbook because I love the look at the Steelbook. I like the art for the regular version, but this Steelbook is just too great, and I really, really like the look of it, so I went with Steelbook. You open the Steelbook, and you get this nice card, which is promotion for another film that was coming out on Arrow Video that's already out. And you pretty much get like a promo for their streaming service that you can subscribe to. So then right here, you get 3 discs. You get your 4K disc right here. Your Blu-ray disc is over here, and then these are the special features, the Blu-ray disc. So let me show you the back of what this looks like because it's actually really cool. So because we don't actually get reversible art because this is a steelbook, we do get some nice art here in the back of where you usually have your discs, which is really cool. You have Fade and Paul fighting with the people in the back. It's pretty cool, and I like that part of the packaging here. And I forgot to tell you all right here, it says Dune, a place beyond your dreams, a movie beyond your imagination. It's really cool. So that's the packaging for this 4K steelbook of Dune from Arrow Video. So where can I begin with Dune 1984? Next week, I will be looking at the Dune Part 1 from 2021 by director Denis Villeneuve. But today we're talking about this one. And what can I say about it? This movie is a mess. It's a mess. Having seen both versions now, I understand why David Lynch hates this movie. And rightfully so. I don't blame him for hating this movie. He went through so much when it came to this film. A lot of stuff that he had to take out of the film. A lot of things that he had to fix for the film. And things that he had to give up his own vision of what he wanted Dune to be. And I'm sure that all of that pretty much went into why he has such a grand disdain for this film. And I completely understand. This film is messy. Kyle MacLachlan, I am glad that he came back for more films with David Lynch because I don't like his portrayal of Paul Atreides. I can't even say that I like most of the portrayals of these characters in this film. I think that the way that this film is cut up and the script really kind of diminishes a lot of the performances that you can have in here because you have such great talents like Patrick Stewart and Kyle MacLachlan that can easily give you such grand performances, and they're just put to waste by a script that is so sloppy and so messy. And I understand why people like the surrealist attempt to Dune, and I really, really do appreciate that. And it's probably one of the only things that I like about this film, along with the special effects, but it's just messed up by a really, really off and unbalanced production here that just doesn't really understand what it's trying to be, because half of this film feels like it wants to be different, which it should be allowed to be, and then there's the other half of the film that is trying to make it into a blockbuster, and both of those visions are compromised because obviously one is David Lynch's production vision, and the other one's a vision from the higher ups, and it just makes for such a messy film that is so bland. And even though it's visually appealing and it has a very interesting approach, I can't help but feel just overall disappointed when I watch this. And I don't like this film. I think that Villeneuve does it better in 2021 with his 2021 film, but I understand why David Lynch hates this, and I understand why he just doesn't want to talk about this film anymore. And thank you to Arrow for providing a home for this film and being able to give it a 4K restoration and being able to put it on 4K. But overall, this film just is still terrible, and I've seen it twice now, and it just keeps getting worse with every watch. But nonetheless, let's talk about the restoration. To be way more positive, I want to say that the 4K restoration on Dune looks fantastic. This movie looks great. Its special effects are fantastic for the time. In 1984, these effects look kind of silly. And they still kind of look silly now. Like the shields that they use when they're doing their training session. They're silly, y'all. I understand. But the restoration looks fantastic. And I've got to say that they did some great work over at Arrow Video at being able to upscale this and bring a new life to it in 4K UHD. And I've got to say that they really did up the ante here. I've never seen this film on the original Blu-ray, so I'm going to guess that this is better. But from what I was able to watch, I really like the 4K restoration, and it's honestly the only reason why I picked this movie up. I didn't care to watch this movie because I knew how much David Lynch hated it, and I wanted to trust the director. But of course, you should always watch movies before you give your opinion on them. Do not watch anything without giving your opinion. But I was vastly interested in seeing how this would be presented in 4K. So I was just amazed by what they were able to do with the video quality. I did not get the chance to watch this on a surround sound system because my TV doesn't have one. When I was watching the films with a surround sound system, it was on my friend Luis's TV when we were living together. But now, since we don't live together, I wasn't able to watch this on that. But I still have to say, the audio is fantastic. The score is massive, y'all. Like, the way that this score sounds on this audio restoration is epic. And the sound effects and the dialogue is so crisp and clear, and you can tell that they put so much work into making sure that we got a top-notch quality of Dune 1984. And I'm glad that that's at least the care that was put into this film, even though it's not the best film ever, and it's not that great of a film. They were still able to put so much care into bringing out a great final product when it came to the video and audio restorations. So at least when you purchase Dune 1984 from Arrow Video, know that the video and audio restorations are fully worth purchasing this film. You may not want to go too high up there for the steelbook if you don't care about owning the steelbook, but if you are going to buy this, this money is worth just these restorations alone because it looks fantastic. And I've got to say, they really did pack this baby up with so many special features. I have yet to watch them. One of these days, I'm going to sit down to watch all of them. But my God, it is worth every single penny you're going to pay for this, especially when it comes to those 50% off Arrow sales that Arrow Video sales that they do at Barnes & Nobles and online. So yeah, I've got to say, great work on the video and audio restorations, and just fantastic work overall when it came to the restorative work here, because it looks fantastic, it sounds fantastic, and just goes to show, even when it comes to terrible movies, you can pull out some great work at being able to preserve them, and that makes it worth having to watch them, because even though this movie is bad, it does have its right. It does have its right to be preserved and to be maintained for years to come. For anybody who actually wants to watch this, and for everybody who likes this, so I'm glad that this exists on 4K UHD. Next week we'll be looking at Dune 2021 from director Denis Villeneuve, as we look at a comparison between those two films. And then after that, we're going to get back to some more Arrow video content. But I could not do 84 without talking about 2021's Dune. So bear with me, y'all. I know y'all want to see some Arrow video, but we're going to talk about Dune 2021 next week. But to keep up to date with me on all things social media, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Serialized, Twitch, and all those wonderful places like TikTok as well, by following me at the Nerdy Chicano on all of those platforms. Keep up to date with the Nerdcore by visiting thenerdcore.com and checking us out on YouTube and on Twitch at the Nerdcore. Y'all, we have a movie commentary of this film, and you can go there, watch that movie commentary, and just sound how much torture we're being put through having to watch this film. So, yeah, if you want and interested in that, go check it out at the on the Nerdcore's YouTube channel. But of course, that's all I have for you all, my wonderful friends. And in the meantime, my wonderful cinephiles and renowned scholars, celebrate the love of cinema today, tomorrow, and every day after. Catch you all in the next one, guys. Bye.